Hi everyone, welcome to another write-in. I hope that you guys have had a decent week. I know a lot of us are either in self-seclusion or, in lockdown. But yeah, it's all good. I am pretty much, I'm actually doing the best I've been doing for Camp NaNoWriMo in a while, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but if you guys are watching either live or from the future, I really hope that you guys are doing well. But just let me know in the chat or in comments how you guys are doing. And yeah, I am hoping that this actually gets through to people and that the notifications actually do start working again, but no guarantees. So hopefully I'm not actually going to spend the rest of the day actually talking to myself, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm not sure if any of my usual writing buddies who do join me this time of the year are actually going to make it, because Jim, who has been part of the stream for 1 or 2 videos, has gotten a job, so he is actually working. So I'm thinking about him because I think it's in retail. So I am thinking about him because it's actually quite a risky thing. So yeah. Gosh, it's one light up there that is really making me feel like I am in a spotlight, which is not exactly the look I was going for, but yeah. All right, so in the interests of just, this is a little frustrating because it's now the second time in a row that it seems like nothing is actually happening with the notifications, but let's hope that something actually goes through. But yeah, on my side, what I will be working on today will be Camp NaNoWriMo, which is not Camp NaNoWriMo. Gosh, goodness, let's try that again. Sorry, guys. It's actually also, I should mention, it's really hot today. Like, I want to say about 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Not exactly sure about the conversion right now, but it's really hot. So my brain's a little bit fried and spoiled and scrambled. But yeah, so what I am actually going to be working on today is book 3 in the War of Six Crowns. So in case you guys don't really know who I am, my name is Misha Gerrick. I am a writer from South Africa, and I write young adult and adult fantasy, which can be various subgenres. Urban fantasy for the adult version, and the young adult fantasy book is portal fantasy. So yeah, that's basically what I'm working on. The third book in the War of Six Crowns is my young adult portal fantasy series, so I'm having a lot of fun with that right now. I'm not writing it, I've actually already written it, so what I am busy doing at the moment is doing revisions and structural changes to make sure that the story flows correctly. And yeah, but I see that there are a few of you guys actually watching right now, which is yay, and so nice to know I'm not alone. So if you haven't yet, or if you are thinking about it, I am seeing you, and I want to say just come say hi in the chat and let me know what you will be working on today. And then we can get ready to rumble. So I'm going to start getting my timer ready. In case you haven't been here before, how this works on my stream is I do it a little bit differently from most other people in that I start with a very short 5-minute warm-up sprint, and then I go up by 5-minute increments until we reach 25 minutes, and then depending on how we feel by the time we reach 25 minutes, we work backwards and then decreasing with 5 minutes with every stream to warm down a little bit, or with every write-in, and then yeah, that's basically how this is done. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we go on a little bit longer. It all depends on how well this goes for me. So because I'm in charge of the sprint, because I'm evil. But anyway, so yeah, that's basically what's going on my side. I'm seeing Ava and Books with Kittens are here. So hello, Ava. Welcome back. And Hi, Books with Kittens. Thank you very much for joining again. And I see Books with Kittens says had to get everything set up. Yep, you and me both. I don't know if it's because of the heat, but I was really tired in the afternoon, so I actually fell asleep. And then I woke up a little bit later than I wanted to, and as a result of that, that's also why I scheduled this a little bit later than I usually do. In the sense that I usually try to get the stream set up at least a half an hour ahead of time, but this time I made it like 15 minutes because I just had to fit everything in. Okay, Ava also asked, how are you, Misha? I'm okay. I'm a little bit stir crazy because of the fact that I'm not going outside, in the sense, or I can go outside, but because fortunately I live on a farm, so my backyard is a reasonably sizable kind of backyard, but all of my evening classes and practices like singing and jiu-jitsu and things like that have been cancelled. So I really miss those, it's really bad. But you know what? For me, in the end, I'm not really one for the whole panicking thing. And you guys, because I'm sure you've been part of this stream for a long time, you know that I was actually a bit irritated with people for being so panicky about it. But on the other hand, seeing how this is shaping up, I'm not giving it a name because apparently that is a sure way to get the stream cancelled, but I do understand why people are panicking. But yeah, I do realize that staying home right now is the safest way and the best way to actually protect people around you. And especially in my country, that is really important. So for me, it's a sacrifice I am willing to make to stay home and suffer the inconvenience of that. Fortunately, on my side is the fact that I work from home, so it's on that front at least. It's having a negligent or negligible. Oh, gosh, let's try that again. It has a negligible impact on my life, having to stay home in terms of my work because I just go on as usual. But yeah, other than that, I'm doing well. How are you guys doing? How are you doing, Ava? How are you doing, Books with Kittens? It's been a while since we've talked because I don't know. My previous video I did was 2 weeks ago, and basically no one came. And I'm not sure if there was something else big going on, or if my notifications just didn't go through or something. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying I have a feeling something like that went wrong because there was like literally it was like crickets. But yeah, so I haven't seen any of you guys in like 3 weeks. So just let me know how you guys are doing. Are you actually doing are you doing Nano? Let me know. And also, what will you be working on today? And even if it is not exactly writing related and it's doing some admin stuff or getting the house clean and stuff like that, also valid. I am always happy to keep you guys company for all those kinds of things. So yeah. All right, let's see. Ava says, worked out perfectly. I only just got some time to take a seat. Good. And Ava just said, oh, sorry, let's skip now. Ava says, glad to hear you're staying home. Yeah, in South Africa has an enforced situation. Again, I'm trying to talk around this because I don't want to risk getting taken off air. But yeah, in South Africa, it's legally enforced at the moment. And so it's not really an option, but it is still a good thing, I think, in our country because of our very high HIV/AIDS and tuberculosis numbers. And also we have very bad rates of malnutrition, etc. in South Africa. So there's a reasonable, sizable population that if the thing that we need to find a code word for this, guys, but if that thing reaches that part of the population, they're all basically, it would be a nightmare. It would be like apocalyptic levels of nonsense. So yeah, better to just stay home and sit it out. Ava says, check out some online options. This is now for practice and classes and things. There are a lot of artists playing music and dance lessons and things. Yeah, what I have actually been doing is kind of for jiu-jitsu, but also just because of the amount of sitting I'm doing at the moment, is I've started doing Pilates. Sorry, in Afrikaans you say Pilates. I think in English it's Pilates. But yeah, so I've been doing that because I'm trying to strengthen my spine so that when I do get back to jiu-jitsu practice, I'm going to actually have a stronger core, which will allow me to kick butt even better than I was before. So that would be good. And then Ava also says, the mister returns to the outside world later today, so I'm going from okay to overwhelmed, but we're good. Yeah, I have so much respect for people who do have to go out, because it's every time you go out, it feels like, gosh, it's not something I would even necessarily want to do. And it's bad enough for me at the moment to let my family go out shopping. So to think that people have to go work is sometimes I can understand why you're overwhelmed. So I'm thinking about you, and I hope that everything is okay. I'm just going to assume that you have a decontamination station set up somewhere for him the moment he comes back in. But yeah, if you haven't yet, it's a good idea to get that set up, because just to make sure nothing comes into the house. And then, sorry if I've mispronounced your name. I'm going to try. It's Jessica Jane Trossmann, who says hello from Germany. So hi, Jessica Jane, and very, very welcome, because you are definitely a new name that I haven't seen in my stream before. So a special welcome to you. And yeah, let me know what you're doing. Are you doing some writing? Are you doing editing? What are you working on? All that kind of stuff. I'm always very interested, so just let me know. And then Books with Kittens says school is cancelled, so I decided to do Nano. I am working on my hopefully debut novel one day. Good, good, good. Positive thinking, and hopefully it works out. So yeah, and you know what? The only way that it has a chance of actually getting to the stage of being your debut novel is if you actually finish it. So I think Nano's pretty good for that, actually. But all the best with that, eh? Ava says, I am doing a small Nano Girl, just an hour a day. My project is a screenplay, and it's still in the very early formatting planning steps. Motivation is rough, laugh out loud. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. I actually thought, and I actually also set a really small goal. Mine is the equivalent of half an hour of editing every day. And then I just, last week was rough. And then actually the week before last week was really rough. The first week that I had to stay home. And that was crazy. But then what happened was that I had this, I just kind of let it go over me and just said, you know what, I'm not going to try and push myself or stress about anything around this. I'm just going to feel what I feel, get over it, get used to it, and then see where I go. And then I just suddenly, that first week's Friday, then suddenly I just started working on my edits, and it was amazing. I just started really working well. And by the time the first came around, I'm actually already past halfway with my goal, and it was only in the first 2 days. Yesterday I took off because I was just really pushed from work. But today I'm hoping to have another good day, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's good. I think it's a good thing if you are stressing, especially, and you are having a tough time. I've been reading quite a few people have been suffering with that, and I think as someone who, in general, I actually do have issues with anxiety sometimes, so I've had to learn how to manage it. And the big thing is that if you want to still do something, but you're not sure because you're feeling like all this is overwhelming, set smaller goals. You can always overachieve. That's always a nice surprise. But then if it's a smaller goal, at least you're not going to feel overwhelmed from something that you're actually doing to yourself, because that's also counterproductive to actually make it more overwhelming to yourself on top of everything else that's going on. So that would be my advice. So I think you've got a very good approach going on, setting a small nano goal and just getting it done. But I really hope that you do well with your screenplay. Eh? That would be very cool. Love to see that get finished. And then Ava says, very smart, Misha, with a talk around, laugh and loud. Yeah, I'm trying, but we'll see how good I stay at that. And then Ava says, we're on day 16 of Now Outside World. I've been inside much longer, but the mister's job isn't really taking the right actions. He's got his Anne Frank room set up. Good. But yeah, it's really sad that that his job isn't doing the right thing. But yeah. But I have to say that's yeah, I don't know. I've been reading it, and I find it actually frustrating to read about a lot of the stuff going on, especially in a sense, because I mean it's rough. I'm not going to say in South Africa that things aren't really tough on people at the moment, because it is, because we are effectively legally enforced not to work at the moment unless it's an essential service. But the thing is, and it is going to do damage to the economy, but for us it was just a matter of, you know what, the economy or saving people's lives. Saving people's lives should always win. And so it's frustrating to read what the stuff is that's going on in some of the other places. I'm not going to name names. It's like, how can people even wonder about this? How is this still a thing? I don't know. I find it weird. Yazza says, hi. Hey, Yazza. Welcome back. And Ava says, I don't work, so an hour is pretty little. Laugh and, oh, ha, ha, ha. But you know what? Actually, an hour, if you're under stress and you're worried and you're concerned about stuff and it's weighing on your mind, an hour is plenty. So don't be negative on yourself there. Don't. And then Ava just says, anyone here have experience with military deployments? That's the approach we're taking on his return today. That's an interesting way of looking at it, but it makes sense. Okay, and then Ava says, it's like a wave. I'll stay really still for a while, just trying not to sink under the water, but then I'll be surfing by the end. Motivation has a curve of its own with deployments. Yeah, absolutely. I think it was the same for me, like the first few days of this thing starting for us in South Africa. It was very much like, it's like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen now? And then after that, it's like, okay, well, you know what? Let's just get through this. And then after that, see what we can do, because there's no point in worrying about it at this stage. But then, and then once I got to that stage where I'm like, okay, we're okay, then I started getting to the, as you're saying, to the surfing stage. So I think you're going through the right thing. But if you have me on Facebook, so if you need someone to talk to, just feel free to drop me a message or something, eh? Jessica Jane says, I'm working on a new book. My goal is 50,000 words. I'm only 16 years old, but it's my fifth try at NaNoWriMo. Well done. Very impressive. Funny story is you started younger than I am, because I actually started when I was 13, when I started writing. So, and I think, I don't even know how many, but I want to say it's now the 11th. No, yeah, this year will probably be my 11th NaNoWriMo. But counting camp and all those kinds of things, I think I've done like 16 of them already. But I've only won one or two, because usually I'm like, oh, look, a bird. But no, the honest thing is usually December or November, when it's Nano, is almost always the most crazy time of my life for some reason or the other. So sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. But I think setting goals and going after them, even if you don't achieve them, usually leads to higher productivity anyway. So that's kind of why I keep doing it every time. But good luck with your goal. And I hope you're going to keep joining us and letting us know how you're doing. And let's see. Okay, then it's some chatting between everyone else. And by the way, I just want to say I love how much we're talking today. I will get to, within the next like 2 or 3 minutes, I will start sprinting, and then I'll come back and read more comments, because we have so many and I'm struggling to catch up, which I'm not used to, but it's awesome. I love talking with you guys, so it's fun. Books with Kittens says, good luck with Camp NaNoWriMo to everyone. Thank you. And Books with Kittens says, here in Austria, everything is closed too, so I have a lot of time working on my writing after I've done some school stuff each day. Good thing. Okay. Sorry, that was like really stupid, but like the message says, don't post this one, Misha, and then I posted it because I'm stupid, because I post without reading, and I read on the screen itself, but it's oh, that sucks. And Jessica Jane says, sorry for my bad English. And yeah, no, don't worry about bad English. Nonsense. We are all, I think we have an Austrian, we have a German. I think Ava, if I'm correct, is from America. So we have an American right now in the stream. We have a German, we have an Austrian, and we have a South African, and I'm not exactly sure where Yaza is from. So we are international here, and it doesn't matter. We can make ourselves understand each other, even if it's by means of sign language in the end. So don't worry about your English at all. You're very welcome here. And also, if you have to, you can try writing like in German, and I'll copy paste it into a translator. So that also works perfectly fine. So yeah, all right, guys. I think I finally. Oh, cool. Sorry, I just wanted to say I got to the end, and then Gaza posted to let us know that he's an Australian. So what we have here is almost an equivalent of the UN, because not a single one of us are from the same country, which I actually think is awesome. Because can you guys imagine that we are living in times when 5 countries can have 5 people writing together at the same time? It's just so awesome. It's actually such a blessing to think about. So anyway, I'm being weird, but random thought for the day. But I still haven't reached my random quota yet, so that will still come. All right, guys, so let's get going. I am going to set up our first timer, which is for 5 minutes, and then we're going to start working our way up. And yeah, going to count down, and I'll see you guys again at 27 minutes past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And time's up, guys. Let me know how you're doing. And yeah, I just want to laugh because I actually forgot to open my document, and it took my computer so long to actually open the document so that I could edit it that I literally just started, and I set my timer because I measure my edits in time and not in words because that's silly for me. So I did exactly 15 seconds worth of editing before the timer went off. So that was a bit frustrating, but at least now I have a document open. So there was some progress, right? Totally counts. And let's see. Dale's here. Hello, welcome back. Let me know how you're doing and what you will be working on and all those fun things. And oh, by the way, guys, if you want to share an excerpt, please feel free to post in the chat. And then we can see if I want to read some of it out loud today. And also let me know if you guys want me to read excerpts from what I'm working on. I will try to avoid spoilers because as this is the third book in a series, I might actually have some spoilers that sneak up, so I will try to avoid those. But yeah, let's see. Comments are coming in, which is awesome. Books with Kittens saying wrote 215 words. Very impressive. And Ava says, I opened up my document and fixed a glass of tea. Also very impressive. Guys, we are doing this. We are getting through our 5 minutes. We're using every second. Everything counts. And Books with Kittens also said, I'm using for the words because it stresses me so much that I write really quickly. Nice. Yaza says, having not written in months was just catching up on my story and cringing at the first draft, laugh out loud. Oh, yeah, I know that feeling. I actually had to do the same thing, but because I've already been editing it, I just kind of took the opportunity of rereading what I've been working on in book 3. I just reread and started editing the little bits. Story-wise, actually, I'm pretty happy with how it is going now. But the copy editing still needs some work. So that's kind of what I did to make myself feel better. But on your side, if you are still drafting, probably the best idea not to edit anything just yet. But I don't know, maybe you're an editor as you go kind of guide, but yeah, maybe that works for you. For me, it wouldn't. But it's good. Nice going on reading and getting caught up. That's always a good start. You don't want to have loose ends dangling around in your rough draft, unless you are a rewriter like I am. DL says, I'm not going to be here long. Woke up around 2:30 a.m. Oh my word, today. So I'm about to take a nap. I just wanted to drop in and say hi. Much appreciated. Always nice to see your face and know you're doing okay and that you are alive and all those things, because yeah, it's always a consideration, right? But yeah. Trying to think about what to say without getting myself flagged. So maybe it's probably better not to say anything. Gee, I know I am not this is not self-censoring. This is just protecting my stream so that I don't have to set it up again. But yeah, all right. So while I am talking here, I'm going to try and do this very random thing called setting the timer up for the next sprint while talking, because this is usually surprisingly difficult for me. I don't know why. I'm not always so very good on the multitasking thing. But yeah, let's see if anyone else wants to say how they're doing. But oh gosh, accidentally tapped there. And Yaza just said, perfection isn't that important to me, and besides, no one's going to read the first draft anyway. 100% that. I'm completely on board with you with that, because I'm the same. It's more about getting it done and getting it onto the page, because you can't edit something that does not yet exist. So that's the way I look at it as well. But I do know that rereading rough drafts is actually something, if I am still in the drafting stage, that I try to avoid at all costs. Just because I do cringe really badly at my rough drafts, because lots of randomness and like, what was I thinking? So yeah. But such is life. but hopefully now you can get that momentum going. Once you get to the end, you're like, yes, I remember where this is going. So that would be first prize. All right, so I'm not seeing anything from Jessica Jane, so I'm not sure what happened to her yet, but hopefully when she comes back, then yeah, she'll let us know how she did. All right, I am going to start counting down 5 seconds, and then I will see you guys in 10 minutes. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, guys, time's up. Let me know how you're doing. I got myself something to drink, which is water. And yeah, just found out that our president is about to have a speech, so I'm going to try and listen in on some of it as I'm sprinting. Sorry for the dog trying to speak with me because I think my brother went downstairs to listen to the speech, and now the dog decided that he wants attention, which his way of getting attention is to speak as I'm speaking. Cool, right? All right. Let me know how you did. I didn't get to any editing today or right now, but I will. I still will. In the meantime, I'm still trying to find a place where I can stream the speech from, but there's no sign of it. I just heard it on the radio. And just incidentally, I did actually check, and it does look like I'm still live, which is always a good sign, right? So, despite every effort, but yeah, hopefully it's just going to, on my side with this speech, it's just going to be like an update on numbers and measures and things like that, and not anything bad. So, but we'll see. I'm not getting anything from you guys. No one right. Because that is rather strange. We were having so much conversation, all the messages, and now suddenly there's nothing. So where are you? Why am I alone? And I just, by the way, I also want to just say hello and welcome to Dana. Thank you so much for joining. Much appreciated. Let's see. Right, but anyway, while waiting for messages from you guys, I will pick up pace a little bit. And the next sprint will be for 15 minutes. Aha! And of course, they all come through at the same time. And Ava says, "Heyo, went over a bit. Good to know, good to know." And Books with Kittens says 112 words. Nicely done. Ava also says, "I was researching, so no words." And that's also good. Researching is also a valid thing to do. So it's all good. All right, so I'm going to, I see that Ava just also sent a message to Dana, so I'm just going to leave that conversation alone. But yeah, in the meantime, I think let's get started on the next sprint. And then, yeah, so I'm going to count down, and then I will see you guys at about 1 minute past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up, everyone. Let me know how you're doing. I actually got full 15 minutes worth of edits done, so good for me. Yay! Getting there. Woohoo! And then Eva, just before the sprint started, said, jump right back in. Woo! Yes, I like that enthusiasm. That's awesome. And Dana says, I just woke up. And and the first thing I had to do was find a wheelbarrow. I'm curious to know why. I'm really curious. What are you going to do with it? Because I have to say, if I was to look for a wheelbarrow, it was probably to like bury a corpse, maybe. So, but yeah. So curious. But yeah. On my side, I am writing quite a fun little scene with basically my entire cast, kind of, or my main character cast together in a scene, which is fun because they kind of tend to be split off into two storylines most of the time. So it's nice to have them all together and bouncing off each other, especially right because there's a lot of tension going on. So it's fun. I like tension in scenes because I like fireworks. Yes, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible god to my characters. So yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, let me know how you guys are doing, and we'll see. I'm trying to talk, but because I'm noticing that there seems to be a little bit of nothing happens for like 5 minutes, and then suddenly out of the blue, there's like, I want to say 20 messages coming in at the same time. So yeah, I don't know why that's happening. But yeah, if I get random, it's because of that. Eva says, I got about a page done in that one, got to swap to a non-writer task for the next bit. Lisai. Oh, yeah. Sometimes that has to happen as well. And Dana just laughed at my, I'm assuming at my corpse comment for wheelbarrow. And then Eva also says, so fun story for no reason. My daughter had sent a package to a friend's house, so the friend could record our opening it, myself, the mister, and our son. Interesting. Nice. Interesting. And my daughter lives in TN. I want to say, is that Tennessee? I'm not sure. Just correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm really bad at US state abbreviations. So I'm like, is that, am I correct? Am I correct? Is my trivia brain actually managing to maintain it? Anyway, so my daughter lives in TN, and Ava says, yes, Tennessee, yes! My trivia brain is still on point. Brilliant. It has not yet atrophied to the point of being useless. And then, okay, so back to the story. I digress. So let's start that again. My daughter lives in Tennessee, a couple of states south. Anyway, then March hits, so I only just got the package yesterday and opened it on video with the family. And my daughter is having a baby! Grandbaby number 3, due September 2020. Yay! That's awesome! Very cool. Thanks for sharing. That's so exciting. I hope she stays healthy and that the whole pregnancy goes well, and things to the little baby. Hi! So happy for you. And then Dana says, okay, normally I would tell you something fun, but the first cool. And Books says 200, sorry, 250 words. And I talked to my parents. Very nicely done. Yaza's internet troubles. Ooh, I hope the internet problems are now sorted out, but welcome back and thanks for joining again. All right, so I think that's all of us. I'm not sure where Jessica Jane disappeared to, but we hope that she's doing well. So anyway, in the meantime, let's get back to the sprint, guys. Unless you guys want to talk to me about anything, but you're always welcome to let me know, and then I will come back to it after the sprint. So yeah, I do that sometimes. Right, so our next sprint is going to be 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to count down and then I will see you guys at 27 minutes past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, guys, time's up. Let me know how you're doing. I managed to finish one chapter so far. Just a little heads up. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to manage it, but it is possible that our president is going to start speaking during the stream, although so far there has been no sign of it because they don't give us a set schedule. So what happens is that they tell us that there will be a live announcement from the president. Sorry, there's just this light that is making it look like I have a halo, which is very weird. Sorry. Anyway, so the president announces that he's going to do a live stream and then or a live announcement, but then the meetings continue for as long as they continue. So we just have to wait, and we don't really know exactly when it's going to happen. So I'm not going to cancel the stream just yet because it could be in hours, or it could be tomorrow, or it could be, I don't know. So if it happens at random, then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue sprinting and just listen in between and hopefully not miss anything. But if a sprint goes on a little bit longer or something like that, that means that the president is saying something important. So, but I will keep you guys posted and let you know. All right, but in the meantime, do let me know. I'm seeing some people are coming and going, so I'm not sure who has joined us, but if you want, please do say hello and let us know if you are doing editing or writing and what you're working on. Those fun things, just give us a bit of information, fun stuff, all that fun stuff. All right, so in the meantime, I'm going to just set up the next sprint, which is, gosh, guys, we've reached the first 25-minute sprint. So, yeah, time's flying, or how do they say it? Time's fun when you're having flies, I think. But, yeah, so the next sprint will be the 25-minute one. All right, so let's see. Yaza got 220 words and some research. Well done. And Books with Kittens got 600 words. Yay! Well done. Nicely done, guys. We're killing it. We're getting so much done. Excited. That's really awesome. All right, so let's see who else lets us know what they're doing. I have to say, just kind of being a bit random here while I'm waiting for some messages, because again, I'm assuming that YouTube is lagging a bit. It's really weird. It's like nothing happens and then suddenly it's like 20 messages coming in all at the same time. But yeah, I'm at a fun part in my book. I'm basically, it's not really, the book isn't structured the way the first books are, in the sense that the first books had a long kind of introductory area, and then it got to, not really, when I say long, it's still, it's still within the first fifth of the book. That's where the inciting incident happens. But this time, the first thing that I changed now when I started editing book 3 was actually to put the inciting incident right in the first chapter, which is very well, okay, not the first chapter, but maybe the first yeah, I would say maybe no, that was inciting incident. Sorry, it's just it's weird to kind of think, no, is this thing the inciting incident or was that thing the inciting incident? No, I think the first chapter was the inciting incident. So it was quite it's actually strange for me to do that, but I'm figuring that by the time you read the third book, you know enough of what's going on to actually follow along. So but yeah, it's quite interesting to do that. But now the fun part of this is it means now that I'm actually going to I want to say the middle of my story, but it's also where I know most people are oh, the middle, I hate the middle, middles suck. But yeah, for me, I like my middle because it was actually the thing that I was writing to reach at the first stage when I was like editing, so it was like, or when I was drafting. So now we get to the fun parts, because the middle of this book is basically, if you oh gosh, this is hard to explain, but like my entire series, which is currently planned to be 6 books, is also a continuous story. So now we're also getting to the rising action of the large scale story that goes across the entire 6 book series. And the benefit of that was that, so now when I say I'm reaching my middle, is now the large plot arc. Oh gosh, I'm all over the place with my gesturing, but like the large scale plot arc that's going through the entire series, we're getting to the part where we're at the rising action now. So like, yes, yes, this is so fun, because I can actually see where everything's going, and I love it. Which is awesome. But yeah. Dana just said that, okay, I washed yoga mats. A very productive morning. Yes, gosh, you found a wheelbarrow. You washed yoga mats. I think it's impressive. You are getting a lot of stuff done. So don't be hard on yourself. You're killing it. You need to do certain things. You're using the sprints to get those things done. So right on. You are getting stuff done, Dana. And then Ava says, I got my bed made and the room prepped to vacuum. Nicely done. And then also Ava says, fun times, Misha. Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited about it. It's like, yeah. Guys, I have to say, I'm like, I know I'm trying to not fangirl about my book the whole time, but like, I love this book. I'm so glad that I'm back to editing it again, and that I know exactly where I want to go, because there were some comments that I got from my beta readers that's like, oh my gosh, I need to change a lot of stuff. And then I decided to reread the first 2 books, which you guys know because I actually read them on live stream. But by the time I finished the second book, I'm like, I know exactly what I need to put in. So that was awesome. So in the end, when I thought it's like this massive change that I'm going to need to do, and like a complete restructure and all that stuff, I just had like an epiphany and realized, no, actually, I just needed 2 extra chapters in the beginning to make the one story the main plot arc, and yay, pure, right? So because of the fact that my main story is actually a 6-book plot arc, I need to make sure that there are smaller plots within each book itself that also follow a 3-act plot arc structure, so that it feels to people like they're reading a complete book and not just like one part of a very, 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 very massive book. So that's nice. So basically what I did was 2 chapters, and that changed basically everything. So I'm like really excited, because I'm like, yeah, I think hopefully I'm right, but I really think that this time my revisions might be done, which means that the next thing will be copy edits and proofreading. So I'm actually not that far from being finished. I just have like 750 or so words or pages left to edit, which is approximately, I want to say, about 200,000 words worth of editing, but still, yay, I'm winning. All right, so with all that randomness now out of my system, time for me to set up the next sprint. So I'm going to count down from 5, and then I will see you guys at 1 minute past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. everyone, time's up. Let me know how you're doing. I've gotten through another chapter. So yeah, but there's now a thing that I'm like, I'm feeling like this is like a missed continuity bit. So trying to figure out how I'm going to find the other parts in the book where this stuff is being talked about again, because I don't want to repeat stuff all the time, but I don't know how yet. So I'm probably just going to flag it in some way and then go back to it again later, but I don't know how. So I'll figure something out. Anyway, Books with Kittens says, I gotta go. Bye. Thanks for hosting, Misha. And thanks so much for joining Books with Kittens. Always love having you here. And I hope you had a good time with all the writing and getting stuff done. And all the best for the week. And then Kay's here. Oh boy, I'm so late. And the alarm clock didn't go off. And then also, hi everyone. Oh, why aren't you reacting? Hi everyone, I hope you got good words in. Well, Kay, it's actually, you're in luck. You did miss quite a lot of the stream, but we are about halfway. So there's still plenty of streaming to do. I think about almost an hour's worth of stream or worth of writings that you can do. Oh gosh, let's try that again. I keep getting the wrong words. I'm thinking the right word, but the wrong word keeps jumping to my tongue. So let me try that again. About an hour's worth of sprints that you can still do if you want to do an hour's worth of writing. So just stick around, because so far it's looking like I'm going to do all the sprints. So what we are doing now is we just reached the 25-minute mark. So now what we are going to do is we are going to, after I've seen what everyone has achieved in the previous sprint, I am going to start another 25-minute one, and then we are going to decrease the length of our sprints, like a kind of warm down from 25 minutes down to 5 minutes again. So that's the plan. All right. Ava, okay, just said hi to Kay. And then I got a few more tasks off my list during that one. So much left, blah. Yeah, I know. It sucks when that happens, but you're getting stuff done, which is good. Very good. Always a good thing. All right. So, I'm not sure if we are going to get any more feedback, but let's see. Let me just check. Nope. I asked for someone to notify me if our president's speech has started, but it did not. So, yep, so all good. Right. Kay says, excellent. I've got a tricky scene to work on. I need to hit the highlights of all the previous books in the series without it feeling like an info dump. Yikes. Yeah, I know. I feel your pain. I'm currently working on book 3 in the series, so I have a lot of recapping, but I decided to I'm trying to kind of bring it in throughout the book, so that only when something is relevant, like someone is reacting to something that happened in the past, or when something that happened in the past becomes relevant, I will kind of do a very short, like, this is what happens, this is why it's relevant, blah, 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 etc. So I'm trying to do that, but still, it's kind of something that I don't like doing. I don't know why. It's not that I think it's bad practice, because I know it's a good thing. It's just that I don't like the recapping from my side, because I guess the thing is so alive in my brain, and especially because I just recently actually did read all the books, that I kind of feel like, why am I recapping this all over again? The new stuff, the new fun things? But I realized that, one, I'm bound to have someone who's going to start on book 3 and not on book 1. And 2, even if someone has read the entire series to date, odds are it's been at least a year since they read the first one, and can be as much as 5 years ago. So recapping is good, but it sucks. I don't like doing it. Feels like a chore. Anyway, all right. So I'm not seeing any more messages coming in, so I'm not sure if it's a lag or it's fitting or if they went over the sprint. But I'm going to just set up the next one so that we can keep going. And then if any comments come in during or before I actually activate the sprint, I will just continue the conversation after the sprint is completed. So what on earth? Oh, I forgot I was writing a comment to Books with Kittens before I realized that my time was about to run out. Anyway, all right, so now time for me to activate the next sprint. So we are at 25 minutes. I am going to count down from 5 and then I'll see you guys in a little bit. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Time's up, guys. Let me know how you're doing. I did another chapter, so yeah, I will see how you guys are doing. Ava just popped in to say her sprint is going long, so she'll be back soon if I'm still here. Well, we still have a few more sprints left, so maybe if we're lucky, you might be back in time. So let's see. And good luck, Ava. All right. So let's see what everyone has to say. On my side, I am doing quite well. I'm at an action-y kind of scene, and also at like a moment where one of my main characters are kind of encountering she's encountering the main antagonist. So yeah, that's always fun. So yeah, I'm having fun reading through this and fixing it up and all those things. And Kay just said 639 words. Nicely done. And Kay, I think you and I are the only persons sprinting right now, because I don't know who the other two people are. I think one might be Yaza, but I know Yaza's having trouble. So yeah, I'm going to just jump us straight back into our next sprint, if that's okay with you. Just give it a few. Yep. All right. So we're just going to take a very short breather and then we get going. It will be a 20-minute sprint, like I mentioned before. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this longer sprint, that things went well. All right, so I'm going to count down from 5, and then I will see you again at 54 minutes to the hour. Maybe that's not necessarily the best way to say it, but okay, 5 minutes, let's say 6 minutes to the hour. That's the better way of saying it. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up. Let me know how you did. I got another chapter done, so yay! I think this is the 4th one for this stream, so pretty happy with my progress. And I'm actually about to reach the point where I actually stopped editing the previous time. So any second now, I can get back to the comments that I got from my critique partners before. So that's also good. But I'm glad that I took the break that I did, because it actually gave me the opportunity to just find my footing for some of the larger scale comments they made. So I think I've gotten the corrections that they needed. But you know, there are certain comments that people make that they know that it needs to be done, but they can't exactly tell you how, because of the fact that they didn't write the book. So that was for me to figure out, and I think I figured it out, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then Key says, no words. I did research because I needed to make sure my details and timeline were correct. Sorry that I butchered your name earlier. I just realized that I read it as K, but now just when I paid closer attention, I noticed it was actually a key. Sorry. All right. So, yeah, well done though, because the research is also important, because it also sucks if you write something and something was wrong in your timeline and you end up having to redo what you wrote because the timeline's wrong. So yeah, I think you did a good job, I think. All right. He says, no worries, I understood. Thank you. All right, so I think let's just get ready for the next sprint. Let me just see. So we did 20 minutes. Now our next one will be 15 minutes. These are going to go so fast. It's not even funny. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to count down from 5, and then I will see you in 15 minutes. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up. Let me know how you did. I think I'm about halfway through another chapter. And any second now, I'm going to hit the part where I need to open the other documents again, which is going to be interesting because I have, I think, 4 critique partners, so I will have over 1 million words open in the Word documents, between the 5 Word documents when I'm trying to edit. So I'm curious to see how well my computer is going to manage this. Right, but let's see. And on a complete aside, it's looking like the president might not be speaking tonight anymore because I still haven't heard anything. So that's rather strange. Well, not strange, but just a bit like, yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. Let's see if I see anything about it on the news. Okay, still nothing. So it's definitely been mentioned that there will be something, but I haven't actually seen anyone actually saying anything. Hi, Emilia. Welcome. I'm glad you joined us. Hello, I got a few words in. I joined late, she says. Well, I'm glad you got some words in. Always a good thing. And then Ava's back, so welcome back, Ava. I got some things done, and today is flying by. Dang, yeah, you're telling me I still need to do some Pilates tonight. So I'm going to do it after we finish this sprint. But yeah, So, but I know the feeling. My day's basically over. I mean, you still have a day left, Ava. I am at 9:15 p.m. at the moment. So, yeah, my day's almost over. Keith says 379 words. Very nice. And also, I wish your computer luck. Thank you. It needs it. And then Ava also said, our state government speaks daily. That's coming up in about 15 minutes. I'm a just not watch. And yeah, we also have like daily ones, but mostly I don't watch them either because those are kind of more like updates to say that so many people have been tested, so many people have tested positive, and how many people died and so on. But yeah, we haven't really, how can I say it? Not really. We don't do like the full thing, but what happens is like once a week, usually we either over the weekend or towards Monday. It kind of tends to be like Monday-ish, which is why I was so surprised that he said he's speaking today. But anyway, so our president actually does like a full, like long speech with a full report of what's going on and what like if there are any changes in the measures being taken or in like economic response, like policy wise, stuff like that. They share updates on once a week on that kind of stuff, which I think is kind of a good way of doing it because it's not quite as overwhelming as every little day a new thing. So hopefully it's all good. And Ava just said it's only 2:15 p.m. here. Yeah. And our federal updates happen sometime too. I haven't watched those. Our family was already sheltering before they caught on. Good thinking, though. Very good thinking. All right. So, okay. I think, guys, let's go for the next sprint. We're going to make this a 10-minute one. And yeah, then I will see you guys at Oh, wait, more comments. He says, I've been sheltering for over a year. Cancer treatment just finished last month. Means I'm immune compromised. Goodness, that's intense. I hope that I'm taking it that the cancer treatment worked. So I'm hoping that's the good news at least. But it's really bad that you are immune compromised, because this is a really bad time for that. But yeah, it's good that you are sheltering, and I hope you stay safe, because yeah, I'm sure it must be very, very, very stressful for you. And Ava just says, good key, stay safe. All right, so I think let's. Oh, he says the treatment worked. Yay! Awesome. So that makes it worth it. All right, so let's get going. 10 minutes. We are almost done for the night, or for my night, if I can put it that way. So 10-minute sprint, and then I will see you guys at 29 minutes past the hour. So going to count down, and then yep. All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up. That went very fast. And as predicted, I got to the point where I have to open the other documents. So far, my computer is actually handling it remarkably well. So, yay, it might be the solid state drive in this computer that's making it capable of coping. So, that's at least one happy bit of news. I just gave it enough time to actually open, and everything opened with even the correct formatting, which is also a nice surprise. So, yeah, cool. I actually got quite, yeah, I just as the sprint was ending, I managed to open the final one. So, final sprint will be me actually just doing a bit of editing and getting to all the comments again. But the interesting thing is that this will be our final sprint for tonight. So it's going to be a really short one because we are warming down. Although I have to admit that I feel like I'm on a roll, so I'm probably going to stop the stream and just do some Pilates because I've been sitting for 3.5 hours, give or take. Although I did get up and move around a bit a few times throughout the sprint, which was what all my be right backs and turning off the camera was about. But yeah, so Pilates, and then I might actually get some more editing done. I'm not sure if there will be more sprints tonight. There have been some people who talked about starting sprints of their own in the evening, so I know that there are other sprinters, but I'm not exactly sure about the time. So yeah, that's basically the plan for me. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it, so it's good to know. And then Key says 111 words and started some more research. Good. And Emilia said I got about 300 words in. I was at work that round. Good. Also very good. And then the Lizmeister, welcome. I'm not sure how long you've been here, but I really appreciate you dropping a comment. So just the Lizmeister says, thanks for the writing. Altogether, I got over 2,000 words. Nice, well done. That is an impressive word count for the stream, so I'm really happy. Yay! I love when people get so much done. All right, so with that in mind, I think it's time for us to get ready for the final sprint. While I am getting ready, just a quick reminder, if you haven't yet, please do hit like and subscribe to please the algorithm god so that it can be, so that future sprints can actually be recommended on YouTube for new people, because that helps my channel grow. And also, if you haven't yet, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification button, because sometimes, due to a variety of circumstances, I don't always exactly start on time. So yeah, so it's just a good way of knowing. And also, I should just interrupt myself here for a second. Another useful thing of having notification on is that I might be doing some pop-up sprints here and there, because I have been feeling like I'm needing some company as I write, but then it would always be at a time when there's no sprint going on. So I might be doing some pop-ups. So if you are interested in joining me for those, also good. Other than that, yeah, will always be awesome. So that's just ahead of the final sprint starting, so that you guys can do it if you want to, think about doing it, and so on. But yeah, all right, so I'm going to count down, and then I will see you guys at 38 minutes past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And time, guys. Let me know how you did. And Key, just before the sprint started, just said already subscribed and liked. So thank you very much. If anyone else wants to do that, please don't hesitate. I would love to have more people subscribing to this channel. It's always awesome. And I enjoy writing with you guys. So it would be fun if you guys would love or even like to join me again in the future. So yeah, but basically while I'm waiting to hear how you guys are doing, just a bit of admin from my side. I will be back. I'm not sure. I might be back in the week. Like I mentioned, I want to, or at least I'm considering doing some pop-up sprints, which might be shorter than these, because this one is kind of aimed for, when I haven't been writing as much as I wanted to be in the week, or so basically this is structured to go a bit longer, because it's just to make up for like days that I haven't been able to write much. But if I do a pop-up sprint, I will probably not go over an hour to an hour and a half, but I'm not exactly sure either about the time for this. So I can't promise that everyone will be able to join, but just like a heads up that this might be happening. Other than that, I will be back next week, more or less at the same time, which is, as far as I understand, I have no idea about daylight savings time. So guys, just please do check your schedules yourselves to also just make sure that the conversion is correct. But it's 6 o'clock in the night. So let's try that again. 6 p.m. South African Standard Time, or I think it's noon Eastern. So just check that, but I think that's about more or less the time that I'm doing it this all the time now. Yeah, and we are just going to have some fun. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, requests, etc., please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome week, because we need awesome weeks now. And just to read some more comments, Emilia says, I have 2, which is to say subscribed. Thank you so much. I love it. And Keith says 159 words this time. Enjoyed the stream. I'll be back if YouTube actually sends out the notifications. I'm not so good at that. Yeah, or it's not so good at that. Yeah, I know. I've heard that the notifications kind of suck. The other one, of course, is I really should actually do something about that, because I was just going to say I will post in my social networking, and then I just realized that I've been so dreadfully inactive on my social networks that I don't really want to even point people to those networks. So I'm like, that's really bad. But if you guys, maybe to make it easier, if you guys feel like you want to, just let me know. But I will post my Twitter handle right now. Or actually both my Twitter handles. The first one is my writer account, which is to say the one that I direct my readers to. The second one is, wait, let's try that again. Gosh, yeah, that's the one. Okay, so, and the second one is my author account, which is to say the one where I post stuff about being a writer on, because I think writers find stuff about writing interesting. Readers, not necessarily so much. So your option about which one you want to follow. I do kind of share updates when I do live streams on both. And yeah, but that's basically if you want to get like a heads up that I am going to go live, you can follow me there, and I promise I will post an update. Oh gosh, let's try that again. Update to let you guys know that I'm going live. Otherwise, if you guys belong to the AuthorTube live or the AuthorTube network, there we go. Sorry, it's late, so my brain's starting to go sleep time. AuthorTube network, you will also see that I post on their Facebook pages as well whenever I'm getting ready to stream. All right, so Ava just says, thanks for hosting, Misha, and stay safe. See you next time. Absolutely. And again, thanks to all of you for joining us, and may you have an amazing and productive week. And I will see you when I see you. Key, just before I go, says, I'm not so good at the Twitter Facebook thing. I do better when I put it in my calendar, so I get a notification from Outlook telling me to post something. That's a good idea. So yeah, just check the time. South African Standard Time is 2 hours ahead of GMT. So yeah, 6 p.m. South African time. So 6 p.m. GMT plus 2. Those are when I usually start on a Saturday. All right, so just check your time and then you can schedule it, and hopefully pretty much assume that it's every week, even when Camp Nano isn't happening, because I'm pretty good about being quite regular on here. All right, thanks, Guy, you as well, and keep safe, guys, and I will see you guys then next week. Love you all. Bye-bye.